My beloved child, I need your full attention right now. Stay with me for these next few moments, and do not let your eyes drift away. Set aside every distraction, if only for this little while, and allow your heart to become still before me. What I am about to share carries the power to change the direction of your life, but only if you remain here until the end. A choice is before you at this very moment. Stay and receive what heaven has prepared, or walk away and let this opportunity pass you by. Listen closely to my voice, for I desire to speak not only to your mind but also to the deepest places of your heart. Even now, angels are surrounding you, watching this moment with great expectation. They are waiting to see what you choose, whether you will remain here with me or continue scrolling past. The answer you give in this moment will shape what follows from here. Heaven itself is watching, because what is about to unfold is something that comes only once in a lifetime. Moments like these often seem ordinary on the surface, yet they quietly become the turning points people recognize only when they look back and see how everything began to change. If this message has blessed you and you feel led to support it, you can do so through the support link or QR code provided in the description. Every gift, no matter its size, is offered as a seed of faith and becomes part of the work that blesses others as well. Your kindness helps carry this message into the lives of people who may be searching for hope today. You are seeing this through different eyes now, because I brought you here, myself. This was not a coincidence, and it was never random, for heaven has been reaching toward you all along. There has been something standing in the way of the blessings I have prepared for you. Something has delayed the breakthrough you have been waiting for, and today I am removing that obstacle. What has felt immovable has never been beyond my reach, and what seemed delayed has never been forgotten by me. Stay with me, and do not allow distraction to pull your heart somewhere else. Give this moment your full attention, because it is one of the most important moments of your year. Before we go any further, I want you to do something for me. Leave a comment and write the word "ready." This is more than typing a single word. It is your response of faith before heaven. It is a simple expression that reflects the willingness of your heart to receive what I am placing before you. When you write "ready," you are saying that your heart is prepared to receive what I have been holding for you. Do it now, my child, and let heaven know you are ready for your breakthrough. You have carried burdens that few people ever saw. I have seen every tear that fell in secret, and I have heard every prayer whispered in the darkness when no one else knew what your heart was carrying. I know the silent moments when you smiled for others, while quietly wrestling within yourself. I watched you keep moving forward even when every part of you wanted to stop. You believed I had forgotten you, but I never left your side, not for a single moment. Even when my hand seemed hidden, my presence never departed from you. Today I will show you that I have been working quietly behind the scenes the entire time. There is something I want you to understand about your life. From the day you were born, I marked you as chosen, and I placed a seal upon your life that no power in this world can break. That seal has remained with you through every storm, every valley, and every attack that sought to destroy you. Looking back, there were moments you survived that you still cannot fully explain, yet my hand was guiding you through each one. Now, my beloved child, the time has come for that seal to open and release what I have been preserving for you. What has been held in my care has never been lost, only kept until the proper time. I am about to reveal 3 divine seals. These are no ordinary seals, but ancient barriers that have stood over different areas of your life. Each one represents a place where blessing has been held back. Today we will open them together, one step at a time. I do not ask you to rush ahead or carry this journey alone. Stay focused and walk through this process with me without skipping ahead. If you leave before all 3 seals are opened, they will close again, and everything we begin here today will be lost. The first seal concerns your provision. It is the barrier that has restricted the flow of finances into your life. This is why you have worked so hard and still felt as though you could never move ahead. It is why opportunities seem to slip through your hands again and again. You have poured out effort without seeing the results you hoped for, and at times you wondered whether your labor would ever bear fruit. Long ago, the enemy placed this seal over your finances, and it has restricted your provision ever since. Yet, even now, as you read these words, that barrier is beginning to crack. Can you sense the shift around you? Something is changing, and I want you to understand that this seal was never meant to remain forever. What has felt permanent was always temporary in my hands. It existed as a test of your faith. Heaven watched to see whether you would continue trusting me when nothing seemed to change, and whether you would still praise me when your resources were running dry. There were seasons when your faith was all you felt you had left, yet you continued to hold on. My child, you remained faithful. You continued believing. You kept trusting me even when you could not understand what I was doing, and because of that, the first seal is ready to break. Before that happens, I ask you for one more response. Show me that you believe this is real. Faith often reveals itself through simple acts of obedience offered with a sincere heart. If you truly believe your financial breakthrough is drawing near, press the like button now. That simple act declares your agreement with what I am doing, tells heaven you are ready to receive, and declares to the enemy that you refuse to give up. Press like now and watch as the first seal is shattered. The first seal has been broken and your provision is being released within the next 72 hours. You will begin to see evidence of it. Resources you never expected will find their way to you. Opportunities that once seemed impossible will begin to open, and doors that were closed will swing wide before you. What once seemed beyond reach will begin moving closer according to my purpose. Remain steadfast in faith. Do not allow doubt to return and steal what has begun. The enemy will try to convince you that nothing has changed, but do not give his voice your attention. Stand firm even before you see every answer with your own eyes. Continue believing, continue expecting, and keep watching for the signs that are coming. Now we turn to the second seal. This is the seal over your relationships. It has stood in the way of the right people entering your life. It is why you have felt alone, why so many around you fail to understand you, and why the wrong connections seem to appear again and again. There have been seasons when you questioned whether anyone truly saw your heart or understood the path you were walking. But now I am about to change all of that. The second seal is beginning to break open even now. Listen carefully, my child, because I am preparing to bring new people into your life. These are far more than ordinary acquaintances. They are connections I have appointed for you. They will recognize the value I placed within you, encourage the vision I have given you, and help open doors you could never have opened on your own. They will remind you of who you are when you begin to forget, and their presence will strengthen your faith instead of draining your hope. Before they arrive, there is something you must understand. There must be room for what I am bringing, which means some relationships that have drained your strength may need to be released. Some people who have continually pulled you backward may no longer belong in the season ahead. Holding on to what no longer serves my purpose for your life only delays what I desire to place in your hands. This may be difficult, but it is necessary. Trust that I never ask you to let go without preparing something better in its place. The second seal asks something of your heart. It asks you to believe that something better is ahead, to stop accepting relationships that diminish the person I created you to be, and to trust that I have prepared healthier connections for your future. This is an invitation to raise your expectations, not because of your own strength, but because of my faithfulness. If you are ready for these new relationships, comment the word open right now. When you type open, you are declaring before heaven that you are ready for the second seal to be broken. Do it now. Type open and release the second seal. The second seal has been broken. Your season of isolation is ending, and your loneliness comes to an end today. The people I have prepared are already making their way toward you, some within days and others within weeks. But they are coming, my child. Even if you cannot see them yet, I am already arranging moments that will bring your paths together in my perfect timing. When they arrive, you will recognize them. They will carry my presence in the way they encourage you, and their words will breathe life into places that have long felt weary. They will call out the gifts and purpose that have been hidden within you. Rather than pulling you away from what I have spoken over your life, they will help you grow into it. Prepare your heart, because these divine relationships are about to change the course of your life. Now we come to the third and final seal. This is the seal over your purpose. It has stood in the way of you fully stepping into the calling I have for your life. This is why you have often felt stuck, why something always seemed incomplete, and why you searched for deeper meaning without finding the answers you longed for. The longing you have carried was never meaningless. It has been drawing your heart toward the purpose I placed within you from the very beginning. The third seal has held you in a season of waiting until the right moment arrived, and that moment is here. Unlike the first two, this seal does not simply begin to crack. It must be completely shattered, and it calls for the greatest measure of faith. It asks you to believe that you were created for more than where you are today, and to trust that I have given your life a specific purpose. My plans for you have never been forgotten, even during the seasons when you struggled to understand where you were being led. It also calls you to keep moving forward, even when you cannot yet see the entire path before you. I am leading you into a new season, a season of clarity, purpose, and understanding. Little by little, what once felt confusing will begin to fit together in ways you could not have imagined. Yet you must be willing to leave the previous season behind. You cannot carry yesterday's way of thinking into the future I have prepared for you. Release the fear that has held you back. Let go of the doubt that has kept you standing still. Surrender the need to understand every step before you begin walking. Faith grows as you continue moving with me, not only after every answer has been revealed. Trust me enough to move when I call you forward. If you are ready to step into your true purpose, ready to walk in the calling I have given you, and ready to become who I created you to be, then I ask you to do something meaningful right now. Share this message with at least one person. When you share it, you are doing more than passing along these words. You are declaring before heaven that you are ready, and you are opening the final seal. Your willingness to encourage someone else becomes another expression of the faith growing within your own heart. Share it now, and watch as the third seal is shattered. Your purpose has now been unlocked. From this moment forward, you will begin seeing your life through new eyes. Things that once confused you will become clearer, hidden doors will come into view, and opportunities you once overlooked will begin to stand before you. You will start recognizing that I have been guiding your steps even through moments that once seemed uncertain. You are stepping into divine alignment, but there is something more I want you to understand. When all three seals have been opened, a fourth element is released. I call it the divine magnet. It is a spiritual force that begins drawing toward you everything you need. What once required constant striving will begin to unfold under my direction as you continue walking faithfully with me. You will no longer have to chase endlessly. You will no longer have to beg. You will no longer have to force every door to open by your own strength. What you need will begin coming toward you, just as metal is drawn toward a magnet. This does not mean you stop walking in faith. It means you no longer carry every burden as though everything depends only on you. The divine magnet works in three ways. First, it draws provision into your life, the resources, finances, tools, and supply you need. You will begin to see these things appear without the same constant struggle. An unexpected check may arrive. An opportunity you never pursued may come looking for you, or resources that were always nearby may suddenly become visible. You will begin to notice that I have already been preparing answers long before you knew to ask the questions. Second, it draws people. The right mentors, partners, and supporters will be brought into your path by divine design. Someone may contact you unexpectedly, mention your name in exactly the right conversation, or recognize gifts in you that others failed to notice. These moments are not accidents. They are part of what I am doing. I often work through willing hearts, placing people in one another's lives at exactly the right time. Third, it draws favor. Places that once rejected you will begin to welcome you. People who overlooked you will begin to see you differently. Circumstances that resisted you will begin to align. Closed doors will open. Blocked paths will become clear, and opportunities that once passed you by will return. What once seemed impossible will begin to look different as my favor quietly prepares the way before you. This is supernatural favor, and it is now at work in your life. Now I want you to understand how to walk in step with this divine magnet. Your words matter. If you continually speak lack, you push abundance away. If you continually speak loneliness, you drive connection farther from you. If you continually speak failure, you resist success because your words carry spiritual weight. What fills your heart will naturally shape what comes from your lips. So guard both carefully. From this moment forward, speak words that agree with what you are believing for. Speak provision, speak connection, speak breakthrough, speak victory. Let your words reflect the hope you are holding on to. because they shape the reality you are continually walking toward. As your heart stays anchored in faith, let your speech become a daily reminder that you trust my promises, even before you see them fulfilled. The divine magnet is active in your life now, but there is something important I need you to understand. When this begins to work, spiritual resistance will increase. The enemy will recognize that something is changing within your life. He will see that you are moving beyond the things that have held you back, and he will try to stop the work I have begun. Do not mistake this resistance for my absence. Often, the very pressure you feel is evidence that you are continuing to move forward instead of remaining where you once were. Growth often stirs opposition before it reveals its fruit, so do not allow temporary resistance to convince you that I have stopped working. His attacks will come in many different forms. Some people will suddenly discourage you. Friends may question your faith, family members may mock what you believe, and strangers may speak words that bring doubt or fear. There may even be moments when old thoughts return, whispering that nothing has really changed. Wariness may try to convince you to give up just before the answer begins to unfold. Do not be surprised when this happens, because it is confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. The enemy fights hardest against those he sees preparing to overcome, hoping that discouragement will accomplish what opposition could not. He will also try to distract you through confusion and interruption. Unexpected problems may appear. Small crises may demand your attention, and disruptions will try to pull your focus away from what I am doing. Things that once seemed insignificant may suddenly feel urgent simply to steal your attention from what truly matters. Not every interruption deserves your focus, and not every battle deserves your energy. But I tell you, my child, do not let those things capture your attention. Keep your eyes on me and remain focused on my work, because these distractions are only meant to turn your heart away from the breakthrough before you. Do not fear any of it. I am watching over you. My hand rests upon your life, and I have placed my protection around you. Even when you cannot see what I am doing, my care for you has never weakened. I have remained faithful through every season that brought you here, and I will remain faithful through the season that lies ahead. No weapon formed against you will succeed. No plan designed against you will prosper. No curse spoken over your life will take root. I am your defender, your protector, and your fortress, and I will not allow the enemy to steal what I have given you. Now I want to speak to you about the 72-hour window. This is a very important time. From this moment forward, these next 3 days become a season of testing, and heaven is watching to see whether you will continue walking in faith. This is about more than what you say you believe. It is about how you choose to live. Your daily responses during this time will reveal whether your heart is resting in my promises or being led by your circumstances. The smallest decisions you make during these days can become quiet expressions of trust that draw your heart closer to me. Will you act like someone expecting a breakthrough? Will you speak like someone who believes a miracle is drawing near? Will you walk with the confidence of someone whose purpose is unfolding? During these 72 hours, remain in prayer. I am not speaking only of formal prayers, but of ongoing fellowship with me throughout your day. Let every ordinary moment become another opportunity to remember that I am near, and that I am listening. Invite me into your quiet thoughts, your work, your waiting, and your moments of uncertainty, because I delight in walking with you through every part of your day. Talk with me about what is on your heart. Share your thoughts with me. Ask for my guidance, and thank me for what is coming. Bring me your questions as freely as your gratitude, because I care about every part of your journey. You do not have to hide your fears before bringing them to me, for I already know them and welcome your honest heart. Prayer keeps your heart connected to heaven and keeps you close to my presence. The moment you stop bringing everything to me is the moment you begin relying only on yourself. And during this season, I want you to depend completely upon me. Remain thankful. Do not wait until you see the breakthrough before offering your gratitude. Thank me now. Thank me for what I am about to do, for what is already in motion, for the seals that have been opened, and for the divine magnet now at work in your life. Gratitude is the language of faith, and when you thank me before you see the outcome, you are declaring that you trust what I have already begun. A thankful heart stays open to recognize my hand even when the full picture has not yet come into view. Thanksgiving keeps your attention fixed on my faithfulness instead of your uncertainty. That kind of faith moves heaven. Continue living with expectation. Wake each morning believing that something can change. Look at your phone expecting good news. Open your mail with hope. Answer your door believing that I am still able to surprise you. Let hope become the posture of your heart instead of fear. Expectation prepares your heart to recognize the signs when they appear. As you continue looking with eyes of faith, you will become more aware of the quiet ways I am already moving around you. Many people miss their breakthrough because they fail to recognize it when it comes. I do not want that to happen to you. Guard your heart and your mind during these days. Do not fill yourself with news that feeds fear, social media that stirs comparison, music that deepens discouragement, or conversations that strengthen doubt. Be intentional about what you allow to shape your thoughts, because what fills your heart will influence the way you respond. Protect your inner peace with the same care you would protect something precious, because your attention is valuable. Everything you allow into your heart during these 72 hours will either strengthen your faith or nourish your fear. Choose carefully. Within these 72 hours, you will see your first sign. Pay close attention, because it may arrive in a way you did not expect. It could be a phone call from someone you have not heard from in years. It could be an email containing an opportunity you never pursued, a message carrying the answer you have been praying for, unexpected financial provision, or a conversation that happens at exactly the right moment. Do not overlook what seems ordinary, because answers sometimes arrive quietly before they become obvious. What appears to be a small beginning today may become the first evidence of something much greater unfolding tomorrow. When that sign comes, do not dismiss it as coincidence. Receive it as confirmation. Say, "Thank you," out loud, and acknowledge that heaven has heard your prayers and is responding. Let gratitude become your first response instead of hesitation. Allow that moment to strengthen your confidence that I am continuing the work I have already begun. During these 72 hours, guard your words. Speak faith. Speak life. Speak victory. Refuse to dwell on complaints, doubt, or the constant retelling of your problems, and choose instead to let your words reflect the hope you have placed in me. Protect your mind with the same care. Do not consume voices or content that weaken your faith. Instead, fill your heart with truth and hope, allowing them to shape the way you think and the way you continue walking with me. Make room each day for what strengthens your spirit, and let your thoughts settle on what draws you closer to my presence. As you keep your mind anchored in what is true, you will find greater peace, greater clarity, and a steadier confidence to continue moving forward one faithful step at a time. Third, keep watching for the signs. Pay attention to the moments unfolding around you, even the ones that seem small or easily overlooked. Sometimes the quietest moments become heaven's confirmation of what has begun here today. A conversation that lingers in your heart, an unexpected sense of peace, or a door opening in a way you never anticipated may carry more meaning than you first realized. A delay that unexpectedly works in your favor, or a gentle reminder arriving at just the right time, may also be part of my answer. Do not rush past these moments, because heaven often speaks with a gentle voice before it reveals something greater. The signs I give are meant to strengthen your faith one step at a time, preparing your heart for what is still ahead. As you continue walking with me, you will begin to notice that what once appeared ordinary is often where my guidance quietly reveals itself. My beloved child, something has shifted. Can you sense it? The atmosphere around you is no longer the same, because something has been set in motion that cannot be stopped. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your time. What has begun today is reaching deeper than your circumstances. It is renewing the way you look ahead, inviting you to walk with greater confidence in my presence, instead of being held back by yesterday's fears. What once felt like an ending is becoming the beginning of something I have been preparing long before you could see it. The change may begin within your heart before you recognize it around you, but that does not make it any less real. You remained with me until the end. You showed that your heart was fully engaged, and you demonstrated before heaven that you were serious about what you have received. You chose to stay when you could have walked away, and that choice matters. Every step of faith, no matter how small it seemed, has been seen by me. Every moment you continued listening instead of giving in to distraction has been precious in my sight. Now I want you to know that I have been serious about you all along. Long before this moment arrived, I was already preparing the path before you. even when you could not yet recognize my hand at work. Nothing about your journey has been wasted in my care, and even the seasons that confused you have become part of the story I am unfolding. Before this message comes to a close, there is one truth I want you to carry with you. I am with you every single day. I am present in every breath you take, every step you walk, and every decision you make. When your heart is full of joy, I am there. When your strength feels small and your questions seem greater than your answers, I am still there. In the quiet moments that no one else notices, my presence remains beside you just as surely as it does in your moments of celebration. When you feel strong, I walk beside you. When you feel weary, I remain just as close. You are never alone. You are never forgotten. You are never abandoned. I will walk beside you through this new chapter of your life. Every door you approach will open. Every mountain before you will move. Every valley you pass through will become part of the strength I am building within you because I am with you. Even when the road requires patience, my presence will remain constant. There will be days when the next step is clearer than the whole journey, and that is enough because I will continue leading you. You do not need to see the entire road to trust the one who is guiding your steps. Let each step remind you that you do not carry your future by yourself. I am walking with you, guiding you one moment at a time. If this message has encouraged your heart and you would like to support it, you can do so through the support link or QR code provided in the description. Every act of support, no matter its size, becomes a meaningful seed that helps continue sharing messages like this with others. Your generosity allows these words of hope and encouragement to reach people who may be praying for exactly the reminder they need today. Through your kindness, this message can continue reaching hearts that are waiting for encouragement, comfort, and renewed hope. Your support becomes part of a greater work, extending hope to people who may need these words at precisely the right moment. You are no longer seeing life through ordinary eyes. Go forward with my blessing. Go forward under my protection. Go forward with my favor. The seals have been opened. The divine magnet is at work. Your season has begun. Walk into it with a heart that remains open to my guidance, trusting that I will continue leading you one step at a time. Let hope become stronger than hesitation as you move into what I have prepared for you. Face each new day with quiet confidence, knowing that my presence goes before you and remains beside you. Walk in strength. Walk in peace. Walk with confidence. Let your heart rest in the assurance that my presence will always go before you and remain beside you. Whenever uncertainty tries to return, remember what I have spoken to you today, and allow these words to steady your heart once again. And whenever you wonder whether I am near, remember this: I am with you every step of the way. Hold these words close in the days ahead, and let them remind you that my presence reaches farther than your fears and my faithfulness remains steady through every season. The greatest chapter of your life begins now. Amen.